Hi, everybody. Let's just make sure we do a little check. Hello, Michelle Hall.
Hello, Cam.
Hello, Nicole Gerbrandt. Did I say that right again? I just asked you, then
that
I
was
said
perfect.
Gerbrandt. I like it. The Biosphere Trust and the West Coast N.E.S.T, both things I'm fairly familiar with, and I'm very excited. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us. Happy New Year.
What's brewing in the biosphere?
I love this title.
Right?
I think it's so cool.
Things are crazy. I just saw a picture of Long Beach, and in front of, I think it's in front of Long Beach Lodge. There's no beach.
No beach. I saw it on the webcam. Cox Bay yesterday. There was no beach.
Things are brewing.
Yeah, it's brewing in the biosphere.
It's a strange brew. I'm going to play that song later. You first of all, thank you for bringing me a coffee. Just want to say thanks for that. I appreciate that. And I had it in my head, Nicole, that we had talked on the radio, but we just have talked over the years many times, but not on the radio.
That's
so
right.
Thank you for
My
coming.
first time. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I got to do a really fun little film with the West Coast N.E.S.T that I really love making.
That's right.
Yeah. It was very fun.
What was the film?
Was it Bending the Curve? Was that it?
Yeah.
That was a different one. Maybe I did a couple.
A while ago.
It was a while ago, right? I started looking at some of the stuff that Kim and I had done, and we literally made hundreds of videos over the years.
Oh, this was Strongheart? Yeah.
I kind of realized that I'm going to talk about me, whatever.
Do it.
I don't like editing, and I don't like doing the film work. I like writing. That's what I learned after. I thought, I'm going to do this production company. I did it all, and we made hundreds of things, and music videos and movies.
You made a lot.
We did a lot. We got to go to the Vancouver International Film Fest. Our film got played all over. It was a really great chapter in life. But then I was like, I just want to write. I don't want to do all the mucky muck work.
Maybe that's one of your 2024 goals.
I got you.
I want to write.
I have a surprise for you, but we'll talk about that after. This
love
isn't
it.
about me. This is about what's brewing in the biosphere. Now, you're very prepared, and you came in with a giant, you have props.
I have props.
I love you have props today. Michelle, you were here in December. Tell us about the CBT Giving Catalog. Can you share an update? I was excited to hear about this because you made it easy for people who had the consideration of giving at that time. You made it easy for them.
Yeah.
How did it go?
I mean, it's great. It's the season of giving, right? The holiday period is when everyone wants to do something, give back, whether it's volunteering or give some cash. Yeah. So the CBT run the holiday giving campaign, which helps charities in the region be able to collect funds for their charity. So CBT coordinated it all, and 100% of those funds go to the charities, which is awesome.
How did it go?
It went really well. And I think I mentioned last time we have 41 charities in this region. It's a lot.
That is a lot.
There's a lot of people doing incredible work, from saving frogs from being splattered. Remember the splat program?
I do remember splat.
I love it.
Bar Beasley, right?
Yeah.
And salamanders.
Yeah. Youth empowerment, all the things. And we need all of these fantastic charities to help with all of the diverse and complex challenges in this region, and we can't do it alone. So we're stronger together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know this for a fact, but I'll just put it out there. The West Coast N.E.S.T falls under this too. I feel like it's a tight community that way.
Yes.
Like, I can't make a comparison to, say, Fernie or other places, but I feel like there are so many people here that sincerely care and work together to lift each other up. I like it.
Well, we're a passionate group of folks who live in this region. It's really inspiring to see how many folks want to learn about what's going on and give back. So
it's a bit of work to live here, so the people that come have a desire to uphold the values of the place.
Yes,
right? And
it's inspiring.
Yeah.
So this year we had 18 charities take part in the holiday giving campaign, and I need a drum roll, please, for the amount. So this year we raised a total of $12,780.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Too bad. Oh wait, I got something here. Hooray!
I love this, and it's so. I mean, money's tight, and so everybody is strapped for cash, and so it's really wonderful to be able to now distribute this cash to charities, and they can carry on doing brilliant work.
How does it go? For example, do you determine from the 18 that you divvy it up equally, or based upon need, or did the people who gave the money choose which one it goes to?
The latter. Yeah. Okay. folks were able to access that info through the CBT website and learn about the charities, and then pick one or more than one to donate to. And then, CBT distributes that. However, remember when we were last on the show and we put a challenge out there for a listener to call in and be that matching donor.
Yeah.
It still hasn't happened, but guess what? There's still an opportunity.
I love it. I was feeling left out.
I mean, if you've got an extra, matching would be $12,780, but we originally said $10,000.
Yeah.
If you are the matching donor and you've got some extra cash left over the holidays, we want to know. I think you should call in now and be the first hero on the show for 2024.
I love that story. Maybe you need to do little tax stuff.
Exactly.
And it could help you by
Yes.
helping others.
Yes.
That's what I think.
I love that.
Someone could text me 250-266-3134 if you would like to be the big winner.
I mean,
I bet there'd be some fun. I'm putting you on the spot. You don't have to answer me.
Okay.
You get a free tour of the new Biosphere Center.
I'm
Maybe you
in.
take them out for lunch.
I'm in.
Something fun.
I love that.
There's some fun prize that will come with this.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm going to take you for lunch. I'm going to show you the Biosphere Center. I'm going to make you feel like $1 million.
That's exactly right. At least 12,000.
Yeah. So, either call in today or get in touch with me through CBT. We're going to keep that open till the end of January. And that would mean that folks who have already donated kind of get their dollar doubled. That's a tongue twister. Dollar doubled.
The way you say it is the most fun. Dollar doubled. I can't even imitate it.
So I just want to thank all of the donors who did donate. I met a new friend over the holidays, and they hadn't heard about CBT or the holiday giving campaign, and they were really interested in donating to the West Coast Community Resource Society. So it was really great to make those dots. And my point is that there's just so many wonderful people who want to give back, and this is your way to do it.
It's a lovely way. So initially, Brooke was going to come in.
Yep.
But things change, and I like this change.
People are sick.
And now Nicole's here.
Yeah, like cough sick. No,
okay.
Not the other sick.
Not like the kids are fat these days or hep cats. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nicole, what brings you here today? Because you're working with the West Coast N.E.S.T.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm here to share about some upcoming events we have. Maybe give people a little bit of background of the N.E.S.T as well.
Yeah, I'd like to know more. And also, there's a tourism initiative called that is the West Coast N.E.S.T, right?
Yeah.
So let's just tell people if they haven't heard of it. Let's start at the beginning.
Okay, Bending the Curve. It was a good film out there that kind of captures that origin grassroots work towards the West Coast N.E.S.T, which started over 10 years ago, I guess.
You've been there from the beginning, right?
Or
almost the beginning.
Almost the beginning, I guess. Yeah. I've been for
Laura
quite a
Laux
while.
And
yeah, that's right. And Kathy and Lucy and things. So like as you guys were kind of 40 seems to be a great number. We have over 40 different organizations, businesses in the region that deliver wonderful learning opportunities. It's crazy that there's that many different learning opportunities in this region. It's a great place to get hands-on experience, and we want to connect visitors with that, as you were talking about. And so we kind of do that through some communications platform, and also help develop new programs, working with our partners for new learning opportunities, and then do a bit of local training as well to kind of work people into these programs.
Yeah, I'm on westcoastnest.org, and you can check out the courses, talk about the region, some events that are coming up. What is coming up? What's going on? How can people get involved? And why should they?
There we list all learning opportunities that are happening in the region that are open to kind of anyone. So some of them target more people in the community and like skills training, and others are for anyone coming to the region. So it's a good place if you weren't in this region to I want to come back in July and go to this walk or something like that. And so we list opportunities that are hosted by ourselves, but also anyone delivering programs in there. So it's a kind of a good catch-all for learning opportunities. N.E.S.T ourselves, we have 2 coming up in the immediate future. There is a art of salve making.
I want to do that.
The art of salve making.
On Sunday, January 28th.
There's a ton of very creative people, whether it's candles or soap or balms or salves. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
My wife's awesome at it.
Ah,
She
nice.
makes really
Cool.
great stuff. If arthritis and muscles and if you'd like to buy some, please contact me. So where will this be happening?
So this is going to be at the Tofino Community Hall. It's a Sunday evening.
In the
5 to
kitchen?
7. In the kitchen
that's
and
fun.
the hall there. Will spread out,
Yeah.
and you kind of get an overview of the different plants in the area that you can use and how to. And you'll take away, I think, 3 or 4 of your own salves that you've made. You can trade with other people in the class.
Who's
love that.
who's the prof?
The instructor is Cass Hale. And she has quite a bit of experience in this and used to run her own kind of bath and body company in Alberta, but she's been living in the region for a while, and she'll also be delivering this workshop to 2 of the Warriors groups as well, around not that same day, but during the week. She does a lot of work with hosting workshops with Warriors. And
Tell people a
supporting
little bit about what that is. Is that Ricardo? Mamahan or what? Because that's a fascinating group.
It is fascinating groups. There's very many different Warriors groups, but this training will happen with the Clayoquot Warriors group and Cluthat Warriors group.
That's really fun, and what a great education to have too, particularly for you want to make your own healing things. You don't always want to rely on something that maybe a pharmaceutical company makes that's full of stuff that you don't want. It's really cool.
Love that. Maybe Kim could be a facilitator in the future.
You know
since
what?
She's making salves.
She's so good at it.
Right?
It really is great. And actually, my daughter started it because they wanted. She's like, "What can we do with this yarrow root?" And then it heals cuts, and they just do all this really wild stuff.
And you know what? This is like the season to learn stuff. The
Yeah.
nights are dark, and I want something to do, and I want to keep my brain moving and getting out of the chocolate mode and into learning mode.
Yeah, out of chocolate. I never want to get out of chocolate.
Well,
There should be a
true.
chocolate making workshop.
Hey, well, if we have anyone in the community,
yeah.
Well, they're out there.
that's
So,
true.
so
That wanna
is
share
there a
that.
cost to attend this? We don't have to maybe be specific about that. But if
Yeah.
people want more information, can they go onto the website?
They can go onto the website. Yeah, there's costs with most things, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have to pay for.
Is
you
it
know,
one
all
day,
the
2
things.
days?
This is just one day. It's a few hours in the evening.
Right.
So, like Michelle said, it'll be dark out, and Sunday evening, looking to wind down or wind up your week and
Start a new business.
start a new business. Learn how to take care of your ailments,
Cam's
meniscus
bombs.
things.
Cam solve. I'll just stop right there.
Yeah,
We're
and
going to get the
then,
family business going.
maybe a less attractive sounding workshop we have on Thursday, February 1st, is the effective board meeting facilitation
That's an
workshop.
important skill.
It
really is.
very
And so what
important.
does that look like? Who's facilitating that?
I think, Michelle, didn't you say there's 41 charities in the community?
There you go.
So,
Yeah.
when there's lots of turnover and,
Yeah.
we all could use practice at these communication and leading
I feel it.
things all the time. So, sorry, you asked me a question.
Oh, I'm
I
just
started my-
interested. For example, who's facilitating this?
So this one is facilitated by Vantage Point.
Okay.
They're an organization that does a lot of different types of workshops around boards, and so women's coming. This one's online. Sorry. I
Oh,
should
okay. So
clarify that.
Zoom.
The Zoom.
The Zoom. I like the Zoom. I think this is great because if you get in a room full of people, maybe you come and you know everybody, and I think the hardest thing about a board meeting is managing time, right?
It is. It is. When I was in Surf Rider, we used to have our board meetings in the brewery, which was great.
Yeah.
But having a workshop like this would have been really great for me when I first started at Surf Rider. I mean, yeah, to be effective in communication and be able to do great things and problem solve quickly as a team, and then have more room for creativity and saving the world. Yeah, I'm down.
I've had some very unique experiences with people that I've worked with in different organizations. One of them, I'll tell the hotel management story. So I was part of a group that we all managed 4 different hotels. And the guy who owned it would come in and he'd have a little clock and he'd throw it on the table and he'd set a 3-minute timer. He's like, as soon as that timer is done, even if you're in the middle of a sentence, stop talking and pass it to the next person.
Did it work?
It was great. It was so effective. And then at the end, he'd be like, all right, put it to 5 minutes and say, this is the free form. Then at the end of 5 minutes, he'd just pick up his clock and leave.
Oh,
it
wow.
was
brutal.
It was kind of brutal. It was intimidating, but it was also kind of funny.
I wonder if they're going to teach that in the course, Nicole.
I would imagine. He was a very fascinating guy. Yeah. I'm interested to know. I'd love to know. So when does this take place?
This one is February 1st from 10 a.m. till 1.
And where will that be held?
On Zoom.
Oh, you already said that. Your
but that
comic
being said,
delivery was awesome.
If people need support in accessing online, then I'm happy to work with them to do that.
Oh, that's fun.
Maybe come hang out in the CBT office.
I promise not to ask you again where it will be held. So that's great. And you can check that out on westcoastnest.org. I also see, I don't think a lot of people, or not enough people, know about the museum.
Yes.
And so is it open right now?
That's a great question. Click on that link there that says
Like right
January. Let's see what's happening at the
Let's
museum.
see what happens. There's a great museum. Location, January 3rd to the 31st. I could go to the website. 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Wednesday through Sunday.
There we go.
If you haven't been, it really is
great.
great.
You can find out lots of information.
If you click, you can. And I see there's the Whale Festival, the West Coast Ambassador Program, which is such a great thing.
It's a great thing.
And so do you facilitate, for example, I see that's the Raincoast Education Society. Do you just work with them as a co-facilitator?
No.
As the West Coast N.E.S.T, or what is the relationship?
We communicate with these. We call our regional partners, which is anyone in the region that's delivering programs. So we kind of have a communication list. We have Marianne Paquette, you might have spoken with, that she does communications for N.E.S.T and CBT. So she's kind of always putting the feelers out there, like, hey, do you have any programs coming up? And we'll help promote them on social media and on the West Coast N.E.S.T website. And then if we are lucky enough to get summer staff, we sometimes go out to these events and we'll do photos and write stories about them and kind of help share the word about different opportunities that are happening.
Do you need people to get involved? Do you need volunteers? Can people, if they want to get involved and say someone's a burgeoning writer? Volunteers
and or people that are interested in sharing a skill and want to host a workshop or something. But, there's a lot behind any workshop, the coordination, the actual delivery, the communications. And as Michelle was saying, like, it's great to work in numbers. And so that's where we can kind of work together to support that.
And maybe the Biosphere Trust can be helpful in that you do so much great work with grants. But before you get on to that topic, won't it be fun, even though it's on Zoom, pretty soon, it could be held in the new building?
I was going to bring that up.
I'm sorry.
But we're on the same page. We're doing it.
Well, we're literally on the page. The same page that you brought. So that'll be fun when that all happens. So let's, what's going on? Well, what can we know?
Well, yeah, imagine having a Biosphere Center right here that would home all of these fantastic workshops and events. If you don't already know, it's 9,200 square feet of incredible space. And yeah, the top floor, because it's over 3 floors, will be this huge education workshop and training space. There'll be a teaching kitchen up there as well. So I see that making workshop fitting in perfectly.
And when will this happen? Maybe.
Well, another thing about N.E.S.T that I want to, because I learned this from Nicole, is I really love that tourism is really embracing the educational initiative, and people who come to this region and take an opportunity to learn while they're here and take one of these workshops or an experiential experience. You really get more connected to the region and get to know a little bit more about it, and it makes your whole experience way more fulfilling. So I love your work, Nicole.
Aren't some of these courses too, are you affiliated with anyone else? For example, Royal Road University, do students come from there and you get credit for anything that they do? Is there that kind of a relationship?
We have, it's more, we get inquiries from university groups or high school groups that are coming to the region, and they'll let me know what their desired learning outcomes are.
Right.
And then I go, oh, well, here's a list of different people or organizations that are teaching that type of thing, and I help kind of coordinate their trip in that way. We have other relationships with places like Royal Roads where I sometimes will present to their tourism students or UVic students about sustainable tourism or the education tourism initiative.
It roll into a part of the curriculum, or is it a totally extracurricular? Like, do you get credit for it, kind of thing?
Not like specifically,
Right.
but it will be like they're coming with their professor this is a part
Right.
of their curriculum.
I remember initially some of the conversations were how, like, say, having foreign exchange students come, and will there be a campus in the future? Is that a goal still? Or will that be at the Biosphere building potentially?
Yeah. I'll just say yes.
Yeah. All right. What, did I tap into a secret conversation there? Or
I think the Biosphere
I'm overly hopeful.
The Biosphere Center is diversible and has so many different components to it that it's going to be useful, whether it's community use, education use, tourism use, cultural use. So I think, having it open to these ideas is a yes to me.
Yeah. I mean, I would think people would say come from all over the world to learn about the ecosphere and the biosphere and all the spheres.
Yeah.
And be here for an extended period of time.
Yes. One other thing that's different from maybe when you'd first looked at the N.E.S., if you see there's an education resources page.
Yes.
And that was through an initiative with Royal Roads. And if there's a, that's the one.
I love that picture.
Science and Conservation. We have
Cool.
a story map collection, which is built with, we have 6 of the different organizations in the region: Science and Conservation, and the Clayoquot Biosphere.
This is a great
story
site.
map collection. So we've started to develop some resources where they're online, kind of like more interesting PowerPoints. So you can click on maps and they can go to videos, and then you can do that in your classroom. So we've worked with some of the SD70 teachers on developing that, and then the students can go out in the field with the scientists that have developed these story maps and do a field experience there.
I love those story maps.
This is
They're
really
so
great.
wonderful. Yeah.
And this website's really great too. I'm looking at, it looks like Emery.
That is Emery, yeah.
I can just kind of tell the side of his head.
CPR and first aid courses
first.
coming
So
up.
there's everything here. This is really great. Look at
Swell.
all these smiling faces and people doing adventurous, fun things. It's really great. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Sign up to a workshop.
Sign up to a workshop. So
Biosphere Center.
let's talk about your props.
Well, for those who don't know, I'm hoping that everybody knows right now that we're building, the Clayoquot Biosphere Trust is building a biosphere center. We've bought the land and rezoned it. We've got over 70 letters of support, and we're full steam ahead with our capital campaign. We've got the schematic design and development completed. And I know that your listeners can't see this, but I did bring in a vision board to show you, Cam, so you could get excited. Maybe your listeners could just visualize it through your excitement.
I could take a picture of it and put it up on also line.
That would be epic.
So is that exactly like colors, everything? That's it?
I mean, yeah. Don't you think it's fantastic?
Where is that?
So that's on the corner of Olson Road and so Crab Dock. So it's accessible to folks coming by boat, by the MUP, by skateboard.
That first lot right there?
Yeah, that empty lot.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It is really great. So we've been working really hard to share this vision with everybody who wants to know about it. So if you do want to know about it, if you're listening right now and you're like, I don't know about this, then you can get in touch with me. I will meet you for a beach walk. I will invite you to the CBT office.
It will cost you $10,000.
It'll cost you $10,000.
In a good way. It'll help everybody.
It won't cost $10,000. Chat with me. I love sharing the Biosphere Center project, and a few businesses have had us in to talk about what CBT do and the vision, and it's great to share. I mean, we were just talking before about how great it is to learn about what's going on in the community, and so yeah, I'm always down to do that. So get in touch. Yeah, it costs money though. It costs $15 million to build.
Wow.
We've successfully, another tongue twister for me today.
It's a tough one.
Successfully
There you go.
achieved 1.8 million so far.
1.8.
That's a lot of
Did you say out of 15?
out of 15.
Right.
But I've got some great news.
Okay.
I need another drum roll. Love it. We're really excited to get some massive support from a local business owner. It is the Wickaninnish Inn, and they've just pledged $150,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's over 5 years, and they've just given us our first installment of $40K, and the rest comes over the next 4 years. It's incredible.
Let's see what sound effect I can come up with.
Something.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
I think that's a good one for that, I think.
It's really incredible, and they're so supportive, and they're a visionary.
That's amazing.
And they see the benefit of having such an incredible community asset, tourism asset, a place that can help uphold the UNESCO designation vision, and all of the good that does for the community and businesses and our tourism economy.
So where are you going to hit up the federal government? Are you hitting up the provincial government? What sort of grants are out there?
Yes.
I'm assuming you're doing 50 at the same time.
Yes, exactly. We've been really busy writing grants and working with government relations. And so when we were last in December, Rebecca shared that we were waiting with gritted teeth for a big announcement from the federal government for the Green Inclusive Community Building Grant that we applied for, which is $7.2 million. So we've had follow-up questions for that, which is really positive. We've got the incredible MP, Gord Johns, who's advocated for our application directly to the minister and is a big supporter of the project. So no news is good news right now, but it's any day. Any day. And I feel it, I'm going to manifest. I want you to ask your listeners to manifest this grant for us, please. It's possible.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling your elevated spirit.
I feel really positive about it. I think it's coming. I think
if you walk around with a vision board, your success is guaranteed.
Exactly. And then we've got a couple of other really great nuggets. We've got $1 million grant that we're waiting on the decision for the REDIP. So that means Rural Economic Diversification Infrastructure Program.
You should win a prize for that.
And then lastly, we have been recommended for a massive $5 million from the BC provincial government. And we will find out that announcement in the next budget, which is March. And again, we've got massive support on our side with Gord Johns and Josie Osborne, really flying that flag for this region and showing... just letting people know that having this kind of building in this region is going to be really essential and make some really great impacts.
I'm not putting you on the spot with a specific hard answer, but what is your goal? When would you like to be able to put a shovel in the ground? I mean, what's realistic in March, April? Would you get all the grants by then, maybe?
If we got the answers to those grants by March, that would be like do the math, $30 million.
Right.
Like, that's huge. That means that we are going into construction documentation phase, which is 8 weeks, and then it's shovel in the ground. And I think it's blue sky vision this is going to be built in 2026.
That's great.
It is great.
I love it.
It is.
You got to be positive in your visioning.
I feel it. And the more people who ask about what's happening in this region, and, vital signs is a great way of understanding the challenges that we're faced with and, the opportunities that are out there. And the more folks who know about that can understand how great this Biosphere Center will be in helping all of those visions and challenges and opportunities be realized.
I'm on the Clayoquot Biosphere.org website, and I'm sure people can go there if they'd like to contact you. As always, I know that you're available for visits.
Yes.
And people could just come down and check out the current office on Main Street.
Yeah, on the website, we have a really cool fly-through video. It's like a 2 or 3D model, and you can fly through the Biosphere Center, and it hasn't even been built yet.
That's really cool. I'm looking. Oh, there it is, Biosphere Center. It's beautiful.
It's pretty.
Oh, there's the video right there.
That's So check it out. Let me know if you have questions.
Cool.
I'm always around. I've got some what's in for giving in 2024, but I don't know whether we need a break from my voice for a second.
What's in for giving?
Yeah.
How about we play one song?
Okay.
Why did you choose this song?
Because I'm cheeky, and I think that it's a good fit for what we're talking about right now.
Cheeky.
But I also
monkey.
love George Harrison, part of the Beatles. And
right.
And it's upbeat.
This is such a great
song. The sun's out.
So we'll do this, and then we'll come back and enjoy your voice a little bit
more.
All right. I do love the George Harrison. Now, this is what happens to me. You bring me that song. Now I'm going to go down a rabbit hole.
Do it.
And I'll be playing lots of George Harrison all through the day.
And some Beatles. I mean, they've got just such a wide variety of sound.
Favorite Beatles song or record?
Well, my mom always sings Michelle to me.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
It's so sweet, so I guess it
Yeah.
feels good.
For me, it's Revolver.
What does that go like?
The Revolver album.
I need a little...
Taxman, Eleanor Rigby.
Okay,
She Said, She Said.
Yes.
And Tomorrow Never Knows. It was kind of really trippy. It was kind of their more trippy,
They
kind
did
of
some
rocky.
trippy stuff.
Oh, I just love it. I like the psychedelic Beatles. How about you, Nicole? Favorite Beatles? While we're talking. Too much. I put you on the spot.
Yeah.
It's all right. Michelle's a great song. Obla di obla da. Anyway. See,
The French in it is so lovely.
yeah, I'm going
So
down the
good.
rabbit hole. I love Wings. Like when they all kind of separated. The only person I didn't really get into Ringo's stuff, but Ringo starred in the All-Star Band, would travel around, and he had all these great musicians. All right, back to the Biosphere. I'm down the Beatles rabbit hole now.
I love it.
Dang.
Yeah, it's a sunny day. I think there's more Beatles songs on the cards for
I
today.
got you.
Okay.
It's going to happen actually right now. What else do we need to know
Well-
to finish up and make sure that we've tied together all the loose ends?
Well, it's just in the spirit of coming out of the season of giving, and people are thinking about their goals and what's in and what's out for 2024. And I had a little think last night, and I was like, what's in for 2024 when it comes to giving back and philanthropy? So if it's okay with you, I'd
Yeah.
like to share what I found out. Just
What's
a
in?
few pointers. Well, I was glad to see that local and community shared initiatives are in. I mean, we've just talked about that already, about the increased interest in supporting local charities and local initiatives. But I think when you do something locally as a donor, you can really be empowered to see that change happening in your own community. And I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next, we've got collaborative philanthropy. I mean, that's pooling resources together to get that 10 grand
I like
to
that idea.
the matching donor fund.
Yeah. Call a friend. Call a philanthropist.
But, you know, it in all seriousness, it is when a bunch of donors pool their resources to address complex challenges. And I really like that you can, you know, sit around with your friends and discuss what are you giving to and understand what's happening in the region.
A giving party.
A giving party. I like that.
Yeah.
Something that CBT do, trust-based philanthropy. I really love this because after spending the last year and a half writing really complex grants for government and foundations and everything else, it's really time consuming. It's quite hard. I mean, we've got AI now to help us write these grants and do reporting, but I think trust-based philanthropy is definitely in. We need to trust the work that these folks are doing and show up and understand what's happening on their project by, you know, maybe going and visiting the project instead of asking for a 30-page report.
What is trust-based? What does that tell me more about that?
It's trusting that the work you're supporting is going to get done without the need for all of this heavy administration. Right. Yeah. So that's definitely in.
Down with administration.
Yeah, let's have a
Trust this project.
Let's go for a beach walk and talk about the project rather than like me having to give you 20 pages of reporting.
I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is on the increase. We are seeing more donors prioritize organizations and initiatives that actively promote these values and work towards equitable, just societies. I had to read that off the page because I wanted to say it correct.
And you did it.
Yeah, I love that. And then something fun that I've seen, CBT have got one, is a tip tap. Have you seen these?
Is that like a tip tap app?
It's
where
like
you can just like tip tap your phone and do a tip?
Exactly. So you could leave it for tips, but you can also leave it for donations. So it requires no human power. You just have this little tapping tool. And I first saw one when I was in Squamish in a cafe, and it was like, equal to a cost of a cup of coffee, you could help change a kid's life. And I was like, yeah, sure, I want to do that. That was easy. And so we're seeing these little tools pop up all over the place. I saw one just in Port Alberni outside Canadian Tire, and lots of people were tapping. So CBT have one, and I'm looking for a home for it.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
And you just make it easier.
It's easier. It's no cost to the business for where this tip-tap tool will go. And yeah, wouldn't you want to be a business that helps raise cash for the community?
So how you have one for CBT, what does that mean?
Well, we've rented one and we've used it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've used one in one of our events for the Truth and Reconciliation. And folks who turned up to that exhibit in the school were able to easily leave a donation with a quick tap. And so now we would love to home it in a local business that has some high traffic and can help our visitors to the region have a little tap and a little give back.
Maybe people should have to tap even to come.
Ooh.
Like right at the park gate there.
Ooh, well, you know, here's another call out to the businesses. If you're a business who would like to have the CBT Tip Tap tool and help CBT continue to generate funds for the charities in the region, get in touch.
Cool.
It's in for 2024.
I love it. I love what's in.
Do you want to hear what's out?
Yeah.
Saying no to a beach walk?
That's out.
That is out.
Out. That's out for 2024.
It's totally out.
I think you're onto something with this list of in and out. What else is out?
Well, I did have some fun outs. Interpretive dance-offs as a way to raise funds, but that's actually controversial because maybe that's in.
It's hard to say.
A lot of people like dancing.
It sounds like we need a dance-off to determine if that's in or out.
And I also put not caring is out.
That's so lame to not care.
It's lame.
That's out.
It's totally out. So so to care, I encourage you to do things like pick up a vital signs, find out what's happening in the region, talk to your friends about what's happening, and care.
Caring's in.
Caring's
in for 2024. Can people still come to the Clayoquot office and get a vital signs report?
Yes, they can. We've got a bunch in the office. I actually brought a bunch as well in my car to leave with you.
I actually want some because I've been giving them out like crazy and people love it when they see them.
It's really great because it doesn't capture everything that's happening in the community, but it gives you a great snapshot of some of the great work that's happening and the organizations and partners that we work with to make it happen and the grants that are happening. And read it. It's a good read.
It's in to read that this year.
It's in. I missed that out. The ins. Okay, we'll add it.
I'm here to help.
Thanks.
Helping is in.
You got it.
Not helping is out.
Right?
I think I really got the hang of this. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I think we've covered most of the bases. Nicole, it's lovely to have you. And first time on the radio.
Yeah.
Thank
you very much for having
Michelle,
me.
old school.
Love it.
Old hand. You're in.
I'm in. You're in. We're all in it together.
I love it. Looks like someone's actually coming to do a tap.
Oh.
I'll see. We'll ask Warren if he's going to do a tap. And so if you see Michelle and Nicole walking down the street with their vision board, just give them a little honk. And maybe perhaps you would like to be that matching donor.
Yes.
You could just go visit at the office and pick up a copy of the Vital Signs Report.
Thank you, Cam.
And now, the Beatles.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. And stay tuned, folks. Lots of good stuff coming up.